Welcome to this little session about relaxing and strengthening your pelvic floor muscles. Before we start, it's important for you to know that the pelvic floor muscles not only need the strengthening, but they really need some relaxation, especially in our fast, busy time, in our daily life where we just do so many things and hold so many things together. If the pelvic floor gets overworked, it actually becomes weak over time. And so we need to also practice how to relax it. So we're doing both of it today. The first position we go into is the half dog. So you come onto your knees, maybe put a little blanket under your knees so that it's nice and soft. And then walk your hands forward, bring your right forearm under your forehead and let your left arm be long. Relax your chest, relax your tummy, relax your lower back, relax your buttocks and legs. If you feel like this is maybe too deep of a stretch in your chest or shoulders, you could try and put both forearms under your forehead. And if that still doesn't feel right, you can come into the child's position. So finding your most preferred position if the first one doesn't suit. And then begin to relax your eyes, relax your face, your jaw. Allow your shoulders to soften. And let that relaxation, that feeling of relaxation transfer down into your abdomen, into your pelvis, into your buttocks, into your legs. The great thing about this position is that you're on an angle and that your pelvis is higher than your shoulders. So your pelvic floor gets a little holiday here. It doesn't need to carry any of the internal organs, and gravity is kind of taking all the weight off the pelvic floor, which is a great way to relax the pelvic floor muscles. And we should always, before we strengthen the pelvic floor, go into a relaxing position for the pelvic floor. Take your awareness now into your pelvis and visualize or feel your pelvic floor muscles at the base of the pelvis. And now imagine your pelvis is like a flower. Without actually actively moving your pelvic floor, imagine that you inhale into your pelvic floor and that it becomes bigger. And if it was a flower, the petals of the flower open now. And as you exhale, the petals of the flower just gently, ever so gently close again. With the inhalation, the petals of the flower open. With the exhalation, the petals of the flower gently close. Just let your awareness stay at this movement, this gentle movement, without actually actively moving your pelvic floor. It's just being ever so slightly moved and stretched by your breath. As you inhale, your belly becomes bigger and it puts a gentle pressure onto the pelvic floor, and so it kind of has that feeling of the flowers opening. And then when you exhale, your tummy relaxes again in towards the spine, and then the pelvic floor muscles are gently being drawn in just automatically, naturally. Now, if you're in the half dog position with your left arm forward, swap over to the other side, fold your left forearm in and lengthen your right arm forward. Relax your shoulders again. Relax your tummy, your lower back and your buttocks. And then continue with the exercise. Keep your awareness at the pelvic floor muscles, visualize them like a flower, like a beautiful rose flower. With your inhalation, the petals ever so gently open, and with the out breath, they gently close. Take another 3 breaths. And then slowly come out of your position. Good. Now come to lie down onto your back. What I would suggest that you take a blanket, or if you have a yoga block, that's even better. But if you don't have a block, just use a fold up couch blanket. Just sort of fold it up a little bit tight so that it can function like a yoga block. And then lie down onto your back. If your back is very tender, put a blanket or pillow under your lower back, or you could even do this exercise in your bed or on the couch. So you come down, lie down on your back, and you take the yoga block or the fold-up blanket between your thighs so that it feels like you can easily squeeze it and activate your thigh muscles that way. Check that your spine is straight, that your neck is long, the chin is slightly pointing towards your chest. The shoulders relaxed. And we take our awareness now again to the pelvic floor muscles. You have to imagine your pelvic floor is kind of built up in 3 layers on top of each other. And the bottom layer, which is sort of the outer layer, the one that we are mostly familiar with, is the one we're starting to feel. So the muscles at this bottom layer, actually Good. So once you've settled in to your position on your back, take your awareness again to your pelvic floor muscles. You have to imagine your pelvic floor is actually built up in 3 layers, starting from the bottom layer, which is the one that is most familiar to us, and then going inwards into the abdomen, where muscles of the pelvic floor connect to your back, connect to your tummy, connect to your sides, even connect to your diaphragm. So there's a big link to your breathing as well. So we can affect our pelvic floor simply through our breathing, which we've just done before in the last exercise. Now we're going to try and feel the separate muscles of the pelvic floor in the bottom layer. So take your awareness now to your pubic bone and the clitoris, and see if you can imagine now you're trying to just activate that muscle and draw it a little bit inwards, and then release it again. Again, you draw in just those muscles around the pubic bone and the clitoris, and then you release again. You do that a few times, you will notice that the rest of the muscles will want to follow, and they might follow a bit, but your focus is just on the front part. Good. Then take your awareness to the vagina and the birthing channel. And now imagine that with your exhalation, you're just drawing in the sides of the vagina and then in and upwards towards the point behind your navel. Be very gentle in the beginning, only go as far as it feels comfortable for you. And then again, release. With your out breath, once more drawing in, and see if you can just work those muscles, and then release again with the in-breath. And do that twice more. Just drawing in the muscles of the vagina into the middle, into the center, upwards. And then release. Taking your awareness now to your anus, and very gently with the out breath, just sort of flinching or blinking with your anal muscles, and then releasing again. And feel that release, and then feel the drawing in with the exhale, and with the inhale, a full release. Noticing what does it feel like when you activate the muscle, and what does it feel like when it relaxes again. Good. Now we've gone along the front line of the pelvic floor muscle, which is actually a muscle group that is connecting the pubic bone with the tailbone. Now start to activate just that muscle by drawing both ends towards the middle. It's like drawing the anal muscles towards the pubic bone muscles into the middle, through the vagina, a little bit up, and then gently releasing, and feel the release. Feel how it feels when you release it. Then again, drawing in towards each other and in and upwards, just as far as it feels comfortable for you today, and then very gently releasing again, and feel the release of the muscles. Just do that a couple of more times. Good. Now put your hands on your tummy and take a big breath into your belly. With the exhale, relax your whole tummy, relax your pelvic floor, relax your butt.